guys and girls, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Done in 60 Days Blood and Bones with myself, Lewis. Hope you're brilliant, having yourself a great day as always. I am here. Unfortunately, Nemsun's not with us today, but he's got some pretty important things to be doing, so we're going to do a little bit of blood magic, I think. I've been working around the base, just getting it looking a little bit nicer. I just upgraded all of these tanks, because now we can make all the shadow steel. I can make the reinforced portable tanks. And when you stack them like this, the stuff just kind of flows through them, which is nice. So we can get loads more of this, because I was noticing that it was kind of stopping a little bit when it was full of mob juice. So having these should hopefully limit that a little bit. But let me take you round to the main area. Nemsun's been really busy with all of his witchery stuff, and it looks amazing. Let me just take you through here. And this is what I've been doing with my blood magic area. I'll explain this all a little bit more in a second, but let me show you this, because this just looks so awesome. I'm sure he'll have a video on it very soon. But this is his magic altar, which is gathering essence, or magic, or whatever you want to call it, power, from all of the living stuff around it. So all these plants and things, he spent ages figuring out what gives the most amount of power, because certain things give more power than others. So wood gives more than leaves, and grass gives a small amount, and certain little ferns and trees give a certain amount. So he's been doing all of that, making sure that the altar has a massive amount in there, 3,702, and that's only using 2 of the little upgrades on it. So he's still got many other things he can put on there, the Afana, the chalices, the little chandelier thingamabob. There's lots of things you can put on there. And this area up here is another area I think he's working on, where he's going to put lots more flowers and whatnot, because the range of this guy is between 14 to 16 blocks, and that goes down and up and left to right and in front and back. So you don't have to do it here. You can do stuff above it, you can do stuff below it. I'm pretty sure if we go down here, he may have done some... Yeah, look, there we go. Loads and loads of mushrooms and Spanish moss and stuff, all feeding power into the altar, which is awesome. So, we set up the blood magic altar in the last episode. We got a little bit of blood in it, and then we decided that, you know what, it's kind of hard to keep putting blood in it, because we have no means of regenning ourselves. Our hearts don't naturally regen in this mod pack. The only way to really get our hearts back is by filling up our hunger bar, and then you get a percentage of the overall hunger that you'd get on the last meal that you would eat. So it's always handy to eat a big meal before you finish up, but there was no real quick way of doing that, and I came up with the idea of using this stuff, which is a kind of essence that we have to make, because we needed it for getting back from the dream world. So if we have a look in here, I think it's called, actually I have no idea what it's called. Let's have a look at witchery. It's around here somewhere. That's the one, Brew of Flowing Spirit. So it's kind of expensive. It's not that expensive. The water artichokes, the fanciful guys and all this, you just need all of that. But the kettle has to be placed in the dream world, and this has to be brewed in the dream world. It won't work in this world here. But the main reason we needed this is because we was trying to get all of the bits and bobs together that would help us get a good dream. So there has been a few on our little adventure. The Dream Weaver was the first one. Then you can place down this wispy cotton, which you get from the good dream. And under here is some of this stuff. You can see we've got the liquid underneath the beds. There is still enough for another source block, because I think the max you can have is 3 source blocks of the Flowing Spirit, and that will kind of cap off. But with all of these in place, there is still a chance we could get a bad dream, but it's very small now, which is nice. But yeah, so we've got these 2 areas made up. We've got the witchery and we've got the blood magic one. The chances are I might have to move the blood magic one. That's why I'm not going to do too much more work on it aesthetically, as I know that these guys here that Nemsun's been making, there are much bigger ones than these, so it might span out a little bit. So in case he needs a little bit more room, I'm not going to fancy it up too quickly. I just wanted it to look a little bit nice, and since I've got the stuff now to be making these glowstone illuminators, I thought I would give it a little try, because they are fun. But yeah, so this stuff gives off some regeneration, which is nice. So it means I can stand in here and I can spike myself with my bloody guy, my sacrificial knife, like this, and I'll regen the hearts. It's only regeneration, it's just basic regeneration, so it is slow, but it's better than nothing. And it's actually kind of handy, because it works nicely. It does do the trick. It just means I have to kind of stand around for a little bit, which is no problem. But once we've got some mobs coming in, and we've upgraded our altar, I can start using the sacrificial blade, I think it could be. What's this? Sacrificial knife. There's another guy that allows us to hit other stuff. This guy, the dagger of sacrifice. And when you kill him with this, it puts blood in your altar, which is nice, but I need a tier 2 to do that. So that's probably going to be what we're going to do today. We're going to make a tier 2 altar, And we're probably going to make some more sigils, because I have made my first sigil, which is, well, I've actually got 2. So the divination sigil allows us to read the LP in our network. So this one will tell me the LP that I have on me, which is 1,494. And then if we look at our altar here, we'll see the altar's current max essence is 10,000, which is currently what we have in there. So we have a capacity of 10,000 and we've got 10,000 in there, which is nice. And every time we upgrade our blood altar, I think there's about 5 different tiers, the max capacity will increase in there, and we'll need that max capacity to increase for later things that we do. But yes. So the other one I made was the water sigil, which is this guy. It's fairly cheap. You just need some blank slates, and blank slates are pretty much just some stone in your altar, and they take 1,000 LP, and that will give you a blank slate. And it's that guy around some water buckets and a weak blood orb, which is the one that we currently have. And this allows me to place down water blocks, which is, you know, pretty handy. So if we go over here, I'll show you it. And I think it costs me 100 LP. From my network every time I do this. So maybe if we get out the divination sigil, we'll be able to check. Let's have a look. So if I have a look now, I have 1,494. If I place down a water block, I have 1,394. Yes, it's 100 LP every time I go and do that, which is cool. But there's a couple of other early game sigils that we can make to get us going. The first one's probably going to be the lava one. So let's have a look in here at the different sigils that we can make. There's a load, and some of these require better orbs. So you see it's a magician's blood orb, and then there's the tier 2 one, which is the apprentice's blood orb, I believe, which needs an emerald and 5,000 LP, but does require a tier 2 altar. But we're going to make the lava sigil, which is just like this, so it's fairly cheap. We need a lava crystal, which requires the weak blood orb, some obsidian, bits like that, a diamond, and we're going to need a load of lava buckets and a magma cream and another blank slate. So let's get all these bits together. So I got a blank slate right here. Let's put these back in here, because we're not going to need those for the time being. And over this way, we should have a chest that has some nether goodies in it. Let's have a look. Nether. Yeah, 1 magma cream. Lovely. We're going to need obsidian, and we're going to need a load of lava. Now, I do know that I have a load of lava inside some of the Tinker's Construct seared tanks, or windows, or glass. Yeah, there we go. Each one has 4,000 in it, so we'll take all of those. That's awesome. Let's get our obsidian. There we go. We probably only need, like, we don't need 8 bits, do we? But we'll grab that. What else do we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 buckets there, and we need 4 buckets there. So how many buckets have I currently got on me? I have 4, 5, 6. Cool. So we'll get rid of the water from these guys and do it that way. And I'm probably going to need to have some cake. Still got the cake. Loving it. Until I apply the update on the server, I am going to eat as much cake as I can get my hands on. I'm going to craft as much cake as I can get, because it's all going to go. Right, let's place down our water buckets. There we go, and our stone can go back in there. So we've got our got these guys. Now we're going to want our lava, so let's place these down. Each one of these holds 4,000 buckets worth of lava. Now the first thing we're going to craft is going to be the lava crystals. This is going to require 3 buckets of lava. So let's grab 3 buckets worth. We're going to need our obsidian, we're going to need some glass, and we're going to need a diamond. And I might even make a crafting table just to go in this room as well. Oh my lord, I'm going to use our last diamond. Nemsun's going to go spare. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. He won't notice. He won't notice. Yeah, I'm probably going to go and grab another one after recording this. Because, yeah, he probably will go slightly mental. Oh man, looks like a creeper's gone off down there. Oh, I'll fix it later as well. There we go. My job's for when I finish recording. Sort out the creeper explosion and all the other bits. Right, I need glass. Do we have glass? No, it's fine. I'll grab some sand and we'll throw it in here. So, off camera, I made myself a fluid transposer and a magma crucible so that we could start doing this. So I got a magma crucible here and a fluid transposer, and I started doing the glowstone for the illuminators and the destabilized redstone so I could make myself a redstone energy cell. I think I only have 1 at the minute, unless Nemsun's made any more, because they're really expensive and just take a long time to make. So maybe I'll make some more of these, but I want to start moving on to the higher up stuff. We've got the resonant bits that can be made soon as well, so it's fairly exciting because we're getting really far into it now. It feels quite, you know, not easy, but I feel at ease. Yeah, that's probably a better way of putting it. Alright, so let's get ourselves a crafting table, and we'll just throw this in here somewhere. We'll put it... I don't really want it in that room because it doesn't look like it suits there, so let's just pop it there. Okay. Right, so, let's have a look. We need our weak blood orb. Let's grab it from here. We need this stuff. And we should have everything here. So, lava buckets, our diamond, our obsidian, a weak blood orb, and some glass. Yeah, 1 lava crystal. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to need another 6 buckets of lava, aren't we? So let's get a load of bouquets from these tanks. Awesome. And the other bits we're going to need of that, we're going to need our lava crystal, and we're going to need our magma cream. So I think we've got everything already. This is fairly easy to make. So that, a blank slate, and some lava buckets. And this is going to work just like the water sigil, except it's going to allow me to place lava, so that's not bad. It means I don't have to make so many trips to the nether, which is awesome. So we can break this, and we can place lava down, and we can pick it up and put it back in our tanks. And once we've got a way of sacrificing animals and mobs and things, it's going to be a lot easier to get the blood, because I think lava costs a fair bit more. Let's just have a look in here. So I've got 394, and that's going to do... Oh man, that hurt me. That's still 394, so I guess it's starting to take it from our altar over here. So 394, 10,000. Let's eat some cake. Unless it's going to take it actually from me, there's a chance that can happen. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to hurt me now because we haven't got enough in there. Wow, that's definitely a thing. Let's go stand in our stuff. But at least we can do this now. We've got our lava, which is nice. So I've got a water sigil, I've got a lava sigil. So we've got 2 of the basic sigils sorted out. I'm probably going to want to fill up my blood orb as well. So let's get that filling up so we've got a nice amount in there. But now we're going to make ourselves a tier 2 blood altar so that we can start getting some more expensive stuff together. And we're going to need the tier 2 so that we can make the sacrificial daggery guy so that we can do all of the animal stuff and all the mobs, which is going to be pretty exciting. But I've made a load of blank slates so we can get on with this. So let's have a gander in here at the bits we're going to need to make a tier 2 blood altar. So we're going to need some of these, some blood runes, and these are stone with our blank slates and our weak blood orbs, and we're going to need 8 of these guys. So we're going to need a fair few amount of this stuff. So what's that? Going to be a fair few amount of those as well, so I might have to make some more. Yeah, it's going to be a thing. Let's go over this way. We'll grab some stone because we're going to need that. And I probably should fill up that random lava at some point. Let's put that in there. Good stuff. Yeah, so when I did my mining in the dream world, I was quite lucky that I have my pickaxe that has the silk touch on it, so I can get loads of stone. So it means we haven't got to go cook tons of that stuff up, which is nice. And we're going to need these. So let's see how many we can make before I have to do some more. So it's that. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Let's do that. So we've got those, got that, and that gives us that many. We can make another lot. We got 5. So I'm going to need another 3 of these guys. So I'm going to need a fair few more of these slates and things, and some more stone. So let's go and grab that. Grab a couple more stacks of stone. I guess I can throw some of this up here as well, where I sorted out all my stuff. This is meant to be for alloys, but it's turned into my area for making this place. That's a thing. Alright, let's eat some cake. Yummy. Okay, right, so let's get our stone, get a stack, and we'll start turning this into slate. So this is the thing that can just take some time, because you have to basically just put the stuff in there. I'm pretty sure I can use a hopper, and I think I can put stacks worth in there, but when we're at a lower stage like this, I like to keep an eye on it to make sure that we're doing it correctly. So let's take that and that, and this is the only thing that really takes some time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook up all of these blank slates in my pool of blood, and we'll be back to make our tier 2 blood altar. Alrighty, so I've got all of the blood runes that I need to be able to do this. Let's just dig around here, I guess. Hopefully there isn't a giant pit anywhere, because I have had a few giant pits around my around the base. Let's destroy that one. Let's do this. There we go. Let's lay this back on here. I'm going to need to put this one down first. Let's put it there. Kill. And we'll do the rest of these. And hopefully now we've got this right, and it should be a tier 2 blood altar. Let's check. So let's grab our divination sigil, and yeah, there we go, tier 2 altar. So we've still got a capacity of 10,000 LP, but that is Orthams. So we currently have 1,372 in there, so I am going to have to do a bit of work on that, and I think I've only got 1,022 on my person at the minute. But overall, it's coming along nicely. We've got a tier 2 blood altar, so the next thing I want to do is probably make some more of these different sigils, so that we can get cracking with some of the cool stuff they allow us to do. So let's have a look and find out what we can make. The first thing really is going to be to upgrade our blood orb, and I want to make this Sigil of the Green Grove, and that's going to require an apprentice's blood orb. And to be able to do that, we're going to need 5,000 LP inside our network with an emerald to be able to do that. So let's go and get an emerald. I've got tons of emeralds because when we went to the Nether, we found loads of emerald ore. And for every emerald ore that we pulverize, we get 5 emeralds from it. So I got loads. It's pretty awesome. And we're going to need to get some blood inside our altar as well. So let's do this. Go into my little knapsack. We'll get out our divination sigil. So we have, what, 1,372? So I'm going to need a fair bit in there to be able to do this. So let's get stabbing away. 3,172. This is the thing that takes a minute or two, but hey, nothing is free. If it was that easy, it would be too easy. So, yeah. But I think doing it this way is a nice way of doing it. It gets all of the stuff that we need in there. 3,572. Alright, 5,372 life points inside our altar. So let's pop in our emerald and let that do its thing. Now, I just realised something a minute ago while doing this, because while I was waiting for myself to regen, I thought I'd have a look at some of the recipes. And when I was looking at the sacrificial guy for beating up other animals, I came across something. It requires an iron sword, which is, you know, standard. But when we go to look at the recipe for an iron sword, I totally forgot. We can't craft iron swords! What is this? We can't craft iron swords! I don't actually know if I can make it now, unless there's something that drops an iron sword. Now, I have found swords around the place before, and I'm pretty sure I have found an iron sword before as well. So I might have to go deeper down into the pits below us to try and get myself an iron sword. That's saying whether I can get one or not. I know that there might be mobs that can drop iron swords. If not, hopefully we're going to be able to find them in a chest. Oh, there we go, cool beats. We've got our apprentice's blood orb. Yay! But yeah, that's thrown me slightly because I can't craft an iron sword. It's uncraftable. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to do that. Hopefully, through exploration, we'll be able to find ourselves one of those. I do know that there are some places on the map that we've been around that has more of these in it, more of these roguelike dungeons that are around. I think there's one here, and there's one over here. So I might have to take some of my Uber gear into a roguelike dungeon and see if we can get any of that stuff. Wow, the base looks really fancy now with this thing here. That is pretty cool. Yeah, it's the only way I can think of really doing it. I'll have a speak with Nemsun, or maybe one of you guys will know how I can get myself an iron sword. Wow, that's really thrown a spanner in the works. But let's do this Sigil of the Green Grove so that we can try and get most of the sigils we need out of the way. So we need some sugarcane, we need some saplings, and we need a reinforced slate, which is a blank slate with, basically goes back in the blood altar. It has to be a tier 2. We need 2,000 life points in there, so we can do that in a minute, because I don't think I have any spare at the minute. I just about hit the 5,000 gap, so let's go and see if Nemsun has any spare plants for us, because I know he has been busy with his plantage. Any spare plants? Might have some out here somewhere. Haha, there we go. Alright, we'll grab a handful of those. And let's see if we have any sugarcane around. If we have any sugarcane, it's going to be in the kitchen around this way. Let's just make sure he hasn't got any hiding in here anywhere. Seeing as he is well into his witchery now, there are many plant things around his little area. Yeah. The Druid Nemsun doing all of his plant stuff. That is his thing. Right, let's see if we've got any sugarcane around here. Hopefully it hasn't all been turned into sugar. There's none there. That's for candles. Sugarcane? No. Doesn't look like it. If we haven't got any here, we're bound to have some upstairs. Or just some in a random chest somewhere. Let's just make sure I'm not going mental. I'll double click. No, nothing there. That's not a thing. Anything there? No. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to do a little bit of adventuring outside to go get me some sugary cane. Because we definitely haven't got anything around here. I doubt it. Unless there's any in here that I've missed. Aha! Sugarcane! Alright! Is that actually the 2 bits that we need to be able to do this? That could be a lifesaver. Let's have a look. Check out that sigil. So, Sigil of the Green Grove require 3! It needs 3 bits of sugarcane! It would, wouldn't it? It would need 3 bits of sugarcane, wouldn't it? Wow, what a thing. Let's go and check upstairs, see what we got up there. And luckily we had some hiding away in this chest up here. Yeah, I'm gonna take all these downstairs, because we're probably gonna need them again at a later point. So we'll keep a hold of them. Maybe just throw them in a chest. One of the random chests. One of the chests that just never gets sorted. Ever. Yeah, this chest looks like a random chest that never gets sorted ever. Let's put that in there. Ooh, some essence dust. I'm going to take that. Another thing I want to get sorted on very soon is magic crops. Seeing as we have so much magic essence now, magic dust, we can start getting into that. And we've got all of the Rubricum, but I pronounce it horribly. I'm probably slaughtering it. But we have some of that stuff now, which means we can actually get into magic crops, which is fairly handy. Alright, so we've got our oak saplings, we've got our sugar canes, we've got our apprentice's blood orb. We just need a reinforced slate now. And I've got one here of the regular one, so let's get back in the pool. Actually, let's have a bite to eat first, have some cake. Yummy. And we'll get back out our sacrificial blade. Oh, I've already got it on me. Good stuff. So what have we got in here at the minute? We've got 372, and I need, I think I said 2,000. So that should be close. 1,772. 972. There we go. 2,172. Nice. Let's make sure that's right. 2,000. So let's throw in a blank slate. And if we give that a second, that should turn into a reinforced slate. And then we're going to be pretty happy with all of these little sigils that we've got, because they're going to come in pretty handy. I don't know if there's any others that we need. Let's have a look. So we can use this to make a void sigil. That's going to be pretty handy, because that means I can get rid of a load of stuff. We've got a air sigil, which is awesome. I think an air sigil allows us to go up in the air, but I need a gas tier for that. I'm not too sure if we have any of those. We have Rune of Self-Sacrifice, so I'm probably going to need some of these, because if I can't get myself onto, if I can't get myself a iron sword, these are going to be the way to go. We've got ritual stones, sigil of fast miner, that's kind of cool, isn't it? Cobalt, all of those guys, and a spell table. Ha! Well, ritual stones are going to come in pretty handy soon, because I want to make the ritual that allows me to have an infinite water source. That is a must-have, because we haven't got any infinite water sources at all at the minute, so that's going to be a thing. Alright, let's go over to our crafting table, and we'll make ourselves one of these. So it's a Sigil of the Green Grove, so let's do that. Let's pop that in there. Our reinforced slate, and these guys, and our saplings. Gives me a Sigil of the Green Grove. Nice. Alright, so let's, how much LP have we got us at the minute? We've got 1,022 LP, and I can activate this, and I think my LP should be going down. 872... 572. Yeah. So let's do a bit of let's get a bit of blood inside here. Maybe we'll take the rest of this, get it all inside of that guy, and then we'll go upstairs and have a play with this. I think we got rid of most of the farm upstairs, so let's get some stuff that's kind of farmy and see if it works with some of the Pam stuff, because we've got our automatic bone meal place, but this could be pretty handy for growing stuff as well. And I'm not 100% sure if it works like bone meal, so I might take a sugarcane, see if it works on sugarcane, because that's one thing we're a little bit low of. And peanuts are always fun, so we'll take some peanuts and a sweet potato, because everyone loves sweet potato. Sweet potato. Alright, so now we should have some blood on LP inside our orb. Let's go and check, see how our orb is doing. Just over here. Zoar. Right, what have we got inside this? 582. Oh man, we still haven't got. Do I need to. Is it this way you do it? Ah, there we go. As you can tell, I'm still a little bit new to blood magic at the minute. It's been a long time since I've played with it. But there we go, so we've got that. Right, let's go upstairs, and we'll activate this guy and see if we can get some growage happening. If it does work on the sugar canes, I'm going to be pretty happy with that, because sugar canes are one thing that you can't bone meal. So, unless we do an MFR type farm, it's going to be a bit of a bummer to try and get all the stuff that we need. Let's make sure there's no evil guys out here, because it is night time. Oh look, we have got some stuff growing. Nice. Okay, right, so these birch saplings are going to grow, and this sludge boiler is going to do its thing. Oh man, he's put a sludge boiler right next to this? This makes you really ill if there's stuff next to it. Maybe I'll stand off over here. So let's activate this. See if it works. Oh! Well, that definitely worked. Let's make sure that wasn't... Hey! Oh, so I can actually click it as bone meal. That's awesome! How much of the stuff does it use every time I do that? So I'm on 1,172, so if I bone meal that, it'd be 1,022. Ah, so it uses 150 every time I use it as a bone meal. Yeah, that uses it quite a bit. But I know that we can just stand around with it like this, so maybe if we get rid of these, let's see if they grow by me just wandering around next to them. Oh, I'm wandering around, waiting for the things to grow. Doesn't look like anything's happening. What are we on? 272? We're like almost done now. I think I can only pretty much get one more use out of it. So maybe I'll just do this. No. Alright, what have we got? 122. Oh, it's starting to eat me now. Yeah. Alright. Well, it's kind of cool, isn't it? At least we can use it as a bone meal so that we can do that. That's kind of funky. So if we need a quick tree, or we need some wood really fast, I can use it to grow that. So overall, just a nice little addition to add to all my sigils, so we can pop that guy in there. There we go, so we've got 3 of the starter sigils to get us going. What were the other ones I said that we could make? Let's have a look. So we've got the void sigil is the other one that I wanted to do. So, let me go and get the blood together for it, and I will make another reinforced slate and get myself healthy, and we'll be back to try this one out. So we're going to need some string. We should have a load inside our farm over here, our mob farm. Yeah, there we go. And I think we've got all the bits we need. I left a slate in there to cook up. Yeah, there we go. So we need that, we need our orb, and we need 6 buckets. So let's try throwing this together. So it's that. There we go. So it's that guy. Those are bouquets. And oh no, I doubled up one of them. There we go. And string gives us our void sigil, better than a Swiffer. Oh man, it ate my buckets. I didn't think it would eat my buckets. Okay, right, so the void sigil, I think it basically just voids blocks. So when we're out and about and we come across lava that we don't want there, we can get rid of it, hopefully. So let's give this a try. So throw down some lava and we void it, and poof, it's all gone. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. Let's try it with the water one, because I don't want to keep spamming my LP for lava, but I want to see if it actually uses up any LP to do this. So putting down the water we know costs 100 LP, so I've got 5,972 LP, and if I void it, it's 5,922, so it costs 50 LP to void a liquid block. Well, that's alright, isn't it? That's pretty cool. I don't mind that. If I'm out and I need to quickly get rid of some lava, or we're doing some mining and that horrible little block of lava starts coming down above your head, I can quickly get out and void sigil it away, which is a thing. The next thing really that we're going to need, which we're probably not going to do this episode, is going to be, and I need to find it first, not that one, Green Grove, holding, is it holding? Yeah, that's the one. Used to hold several sigils, so we can use this to combine loads of sigils together and then switch between them. This does need a magician's blood orb, so I'll need a tier 3 for that one, and 25,000 LP to do that at a block of gold. But the tier 3 isn't really that expensive. I just need more of these. I'll need some altar blocks on the sides and things. So I guess that's something to do in the next episode, or I might just do it off camera, and we'll come back in the next one to start making some more funky stuff and getting ready to be able to do some rituals, some proper rituals, so that we can get things like an unlimited water supply going, because for me and Nemsun that's going to be really handy. And the one thing that I'm kind of worried about on this mod pack, which I have been noticing quite a bit, is because we keep removing water sources from above us, the water is continuously flowing, so there is no such thing as an unlimited water source. It just keeps flowing, and if you guys don't know, flowing water on a server actually causes a little bit of lag. Not much, you know, not much, but I have been noticing some FPS drops here and there. It's more than likely not because of that. It's probably because we have a bazillion barrels everywhere, because they're always a little pain in the bum. And we've got things a little bit closer now, haven't we? So we might start pushing things out a tad. But yeah, just to make sure, I would prefer to use an unlimited water source, which is one way of doing it. And the aqueous accumulators currently are completely out of our reach. At least I think they are. Let's have a look. The aqueous accumulator, yeah, it needs Fluix Pearls, and for Fluix Pearls, we need to get ourselves some Dragon Essence from Hardcore Ender Expansion. So we're going to need to go to the Nether, or the End, before we can do any of that. And to go to the End, we need to make End Portal blocks, which means we need to kill many Withers, I believe, because each one requires a Nether Star and some End Stone, and that gives us 3 End Portals. So, yeah, much of those guys is going to have to be killed in the process of going to the end. That's going to be a thing. But there we go, guys. That's going to be that for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. We've looked at some of the sigils and how they can be kind of handy to us. And I'll come back in the next episode with some more funky bits to be shown off. It's going to be amazing. I'll see you guys soon for another episode. Have yourself a great day. Have a good one, as always. And goodbye.